Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about everything I do to plan and organize my whole life. I actually plan my life in two different ways. The first one is your typical daily, weekly and monthly planning, basically short-term planning. And this is the usual, commitments, appointments, events, daily work and all of that stuff. Also fun. I plan fun. For this type of planning, I actually use a combination of a paper planner and some electronic systems. And that's the one that works best for me so far. I use paper planners because one, they just help you create more connections in your brain because you're writing. And number two, it's literally in front of your face. You can't ignore a paper planner open on your desk. But electronics, I easily can ignore them. And I think many people do too. I use electronic systems to support my paper planning because obviously it's more flexible and I can share information with other people. And recently I went through a massive update on my life planning system, and this is why we're actually chatting about this right now. But let me tell you this, every single phase of my life, so a couple of times in a year, I update my system to serve me better because this is just a tool, right? These life planning things are a tool for me to be more successful in life. So this is the paper planner I'm using. It's from my own brand. I'm an entrepreneur, by the way, if you didn't know. It's called GT Stilo, and the name of this baby is Big Boss because it's A5. That's why it's big, and I absolutely love it. Yeah. In this baby, I have my future logs with important dates. I have my monthly, weekly, and daily spreads. And normally, the weekly spread is always open on my desk, which is just behind you guys right now. And I constantly check what I'm doing from my planner. I write the details of the task that I'm doing that day, and I use the same page for taking notes and capturing information. Also, this guy has all of my processes. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, but I do strongly believe that everything we do in life is a process, including washing the laundry. And I love having a list of it in my planner so I can just follow from the planner and work on the computer. I don't like switching between windows or, screens on my computer. I like to follow something from a list. Sometimes I put a, pen or something to just follow the steps. And yeah, this is just holding all the processes, the everyday things that I need to do to run my businesses, right? Also, it has my trackers, my YouTube video tracker, my habit trackers, some goal setting worksheets, because obviously when it comes to habits and goals, the satisfaction of just checking things off is something else. And sometimes I do that daily little thing for that goal just to be able to check things off of the planner. So might be only me, but if you can relate to it, let me know. It also has my income tracker because when I write these numbers down, I can think better rather than just seeing it on a screen. I can connect with it better, and that helps me, shift my mind a little bit towards reaching these financial goals, for instance. So the things that require more strategic thinking, I think, I like to write them down. Also, I have a section just in the middle, the biggest section actually, for note-taking. And this is not like usual, random notes. I have a notebook for that. But these are the things that I want to keep. For instance, the project I'm currently working on requires some learning and note-taking. It will come here. And the best part of it is, since it's a ring planner, I can just remove them when I don't need them anymore, and I can store them somewhere else. And I can just insert new pages. I'm gonna talk about this planner for hours. Let's move on. Well, let me just say this though. This is my personal assistant. I think it's the best way to describe this guy. I have a wallet planner and a smaller size of Boss, the personal size, to complete this paper planning and organization system. And I just take them everywhere with me, right? I absolutely love them. If you wanna see my whole paper planner system and the other two that is just literally there, leave a comment down below letting me know you want to see that. And while you're there around that area, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn those bell notifications on. It helps me massively to reach my goals when it comes to YouTube, and it will probably help you because I'll be giving more information about successful living. Welcome to the family. So now to the electronic part of things. I mean, obviously I was using different things for different purposes my whole life, and I know that I made a video about these tools. I use Trello, I use multiple things, but I love when things are streamlined, when processes are simple and functioning. So recently I found the ultimate productivity tool, ultimate life organization tool, and that is Notion. Notion has solved many of my life planning, life organization problems for me. But before I explain how I use it in detail, let me give you the other three things I use with this electronic world as well. The first one is Google Calendar. I use it like every single day. It's constantly open on my desktop, and I have a tutorial about it if you want to see how I use it and my little tips and tricks about it. I'll leave the video in the description box below and you can just check it out. I absolutely love using Google Calendar because it's like my boss. So my planner is my personal assistant and Google Calendar is my boss. I created a whole workplace in my home office, which is not about me going crazy and not about the lockdown. And I don't know, maybe it is. I also use Google Tasks for especially recurring tasks, like, every Saturday's laundry day, and it is a task on my calendar, but from Google Tasks, and these two just talk to each other. I explained that in that tutorial. The fact that they talk to each other and I can see all of them in one place is just brilliant. So Google Calendar, Google Tasks, and I use the Reminders app on iPhone just for one single thing, and that is our shopping list, and that is something I share with my husband, and this is the only reason I'm using that app. Other than that, it's literally Planner, Google Calendar, Google Tasks, and Notion. And let me explain how I use Notion. Let's not explain how I use Notion. Let's explain how I use Notion. So in Notion, I plan my videos to the detail. I have my to-do list. I have my idea lists and so much more. I have everything I need to do to conduct my businesses in Notion. The notes from my success calls with my clients, literally like every single brand asset, everything is in there. It has this like Trello way of doing projects if you want to. It has that ability, but it is so much more than that. It's note-taking, it's calendar, it's list, it's table, it's database, it's everything. And it's so hard to explain Notion with like a 5-minute video or however long this is gonna be, because it's a whole like system that combines pretty much everything together other than Google Calendar. So there are many great videos on YouTube. If you're interested in Notion, please go and watch those videos. I think it's just something that you gotta play with and understand how you want to use it. So I have these to-do lists, idea lists, and business-related things, but not just that. I also organize and plan my personal life in that. I have my movies list, which has the movies I've watched and rated and the movies I want to watch. It has my reading list, my book notes. I just recently started taking notes from my books. I'll explain that in another video if you're interested. It also has my personal CRM. This year is a little bit more about creating great relationships with the people that are in my life. Well, not that I don't have great relationships. What I mean is I want to invest more time and more effort. And to be able to do that, I created a CRM for my family, friends, and my contacts, and that one is in Notion as well. And it's just the best thing. So yeah, again, like the planner, I can talk for hours about Notion. Let's move on to the second type of life planning, which is, like I said, it's life planning. It's long-term planning. So this is something that I do beginning of every year. I understand where I'm at, where I want to go, my goals, my habits, my vision, my bucket list, all of that stuff. I sit down for a very long, like 5-6 hour long, maybe not that long for you, but it's very long for me, process of planning my life. And beginning of each month, when I'm doing my monthly planning, I revise. I just think about how they are fitting into my values and my needs right now. I optimize, revise, change, drop, or add to them. So it's something that I do every month. And for that, I use my planner as well. Like I said, I have my habit tracker in my planner, and habits, in my opinion, are more about life planning. It's about the person that you want to become. I also have goal setting worksheets, which are basically just pages that help you break down massive goals into first monthly and then weekly and then daily actions. So I plan that whole thing the beginning of the month, and every single day's little action goes to my daily, weekly planner spreads. So this is the like big picture for the goal, and then every little thing migrates to the daily, so I can do that there, come back, and the goal is realized, happy life. I also have resolutions there, the things that I want to do more of, the things I want to do less of, my monthly assessments, just going back and reflecting on the previous month is happening in my planner, and I just constantly keep looking at it. Excuse me. So it has all my life planning goals, just with 5-6 pages. And growing this channel is one of those actually, so I hope you subscribed already. And that's how I do the long-term planning. And these two things have to happen simultaneously to be able to plan a life, right? Because if you only focus on the short-term things, then it's not really having a direction, and we can end up wherever because we're not, thinking about where we're going. If we focus on the long-term ones too much, then probably we're not planning the daily, weeklies enough. So the actions that need to happen today for that goal will probably not happen. Again, long-term, they have to be together to create a successful life. And that's how I do my planning. Clearly, other than life planning, there is, keeping your life organized. And when I say your life organized, I'm talking about everything. Physical space, brain, time, everything. I made a video recently about how I became organized and how I keep everything organized, and also how you can do it in 5 simple steps. So if you're interested in that, maybe it's the perfect video to watch after this one, and it's linked here. And also, please let me know in the comments what type of system that you're using right now. Are you an electronic planning type of person, or do you use paper planners? Don't forget to leave the comment, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for coming. Mwah. Bye. Appointments, dog is barking.